Hi everyone, welcome to 2021 version of Buns and Guns. For those of you who are new to Buns and Guns, this class is well adaptable to multiple levels. If you're just starting out in fitness, you'll see some variations that can be done for an entry level. We have lots of options for weights or different intensities of moves. And for those of you that are returning, nice to see you back. Hopefully everyone had a great holiday, had some time off, relaxed. And again, whether you are familiar with an exercise routine or you're new, this class can adapt to anybody's fitness level. So, we've got about a minute to go. I just want to show I have a variety of weights here. I've got hand weights. I have 7s and 5s and 3s and none, so I don't have to use any at all. And if I don't have any formal weights, I've got some bags where I've just put in some cans of food. So if you make sure you put the same amount of cans and weight of cans in each bag, that becomes then your weights. So don't let that deter you. And again, this whole class can be done without weights. Okay? So we're going to start off just with the march. We always warm up. We have a cool down at the end. And in between, we do some moves that are going to strengthen the buns and the guns. Okay, so that's what we're focusing on. Lots of leg work. We've got squats and lunges. And then we've got moves with biceps, triceps, and some overhead pushes. We've got some rows, all with or without weights. So intensify that march a little bit more. Again, however high you want those knees to come up or however quickly you want to do your march. All up to you. You're in your own space, no one can see you, nothing to feel self-conscious about. Okay, we're going to take that march a little wider so the legs go out wide. Feels a little awkward. And we're going to go to a tap side to side. So keep those legs extended and just rock the body side to side. As we're doing that, we start to roll the shoulders back, back, back. Little movement, tension gets carried through the neck, so we want to just try to release that. Lifting the elbows up a little higher. Eventually getting to a full arm, rolling back, and then both arms together. And we add a little squat down, and then press up and touch the toe. Great. Keep those toes touching, and we're going to start to reach across the body. So now we have a bit of rotation. We want to make sure the knees go in the same direction as the toes. So lift up those feet and point them to the corners. Push directly now to the side wall. Pick up your feet. Point left and then right. Good. Squeezing down the back of the leg, already starting to feel those buns working. Come to center. Cross those wrists and start to step touch. Stay up tall or go down a little lower and more into a squat position. Good. And bring it up, shake it out. We're going to do some more marching if that's where you choose, or take it into a light jog. And the intent of this section of the class is just to get the heart rate going a little more, blood circulating, all the muscles warmed up. So you'll find your heart rate does increase, your breathing may increase. We want to be able to carry on a conversation, so not get so out of breath that we can't talk. We'll do a couple of cycles of a march, jacks, and squats. So a couple more here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and into jacks. So here's our full jack, and if you want to take it a less intensity, more or less intensity, how does that work? If you want to take it at less intensity, you take out the jump and just step side to side. There we go. So you're choosing, maybe you're switching back and forth. Give the high a try, go down a low when you need to. Land softly on those feet, and don't keep those legs straight. Always a slight micro bend. 4, 3, 2, last one. And we're going to bring our feet so that the toes point straight ahead. They're just slightly apart. And we start to sit back, squeeze up. So I always like to turn sideways on this one so you can see when I go into my squat, I'm pushing back my hips. I'm pretending there's a wall here so my knees can't go forward. The only way I can go lower is by pushing my hips out. But I don't want to collapse my body, so I keep my chest up. Sometimes bringing arms out front helps me with that. Squeeze those legs. So now try to squeeze inner thighs together. Squeeze your glutes. 4, 3, 2, last one. And we're going to go back into our jog again, or march, your choice. Maybe instead of knees forward, this time we're bringing the heels up to our buns. Just doing something different, a little bit of variety. I have my water bottle in the same room, so if I find I need to take a drink, I can. If I don't cue you to take a drink, please do it at any time. 4, 3, 2, last one, and back to those jacks. High or low. This is our low level. Taking out the bounce, taking out the impact, just stepping side to side. Try to do full range with the arms, but you can change them if you want. Do some front, some up. Four, 3, 2, last one. Here's those squats. So again, toes pointing straight ahead, not right together with those feet. Keep them about hip width apart. Send the hips back and then sit down. Keep the chest open. Now start to squeeze more. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Squeeze the glutes. Good. 4, 3, 2, last one. Great. So maybe just a quick sip. I'm going to start off with my medium weights. So if you don't have different variety, and you may be starting with none, that's okay. So just starting to take a step forward and bring it back. Forward and bring it back. And just so you can see the side view, I plant my foot, I sink down low, but I don't let my front knee go past my front toe. So once I land the foot, the way I get into a more intense move is to sink the back leg. There you go. So I land and then go down, and you choose how far that knee goes down, back leg. I'm doing hammer curls, so that means my palms face in, top of the weights, face up to the ceiling, curl, press back, curl, press back. So those of you that have been with me for a while, you know the way to add intensity is to go deeper into your lunge. You can add heavier weights. We don't want to go faster though. Faster doesn't mean that you're getting more out of it. Faster can actually contribute to some unexpected injuries. So go at a pace where you've got control. That's what we're looking for. 4, 3, feeling it in front of the thighs. 2, last one. Good. Okay. Gonna keep those weights in my hand and take a leg back, touch the toe, step back in. Switch to the other side. So it's a touch, step in. Touch back, step in. Good. I lean slightly forward as I do that. I engage my core and I start to press. An arm out front with the palm facing up, like you're serving, you're passing something. Good. Now, more intensity is a squat. Just before we step the leg back, bring it in and squat. Touch back, in and squat. Good. Maybe that's where you want to stay. Or we can start to lift the leg to the back by squeezing the glutes, adding more intensity, more squeeze. Notice what we aren't doing is starting to throw the shoulders back. They are staying level, level. Good. The work is in the legs. Yes, the arms are working, but the big work is the squat and squeeze, or the touch, if that's where you are. 4, 3, 2, last one. Really good. Now you decide if you want to stay with the same weights, go higher or lower, because we're going to go into an over row. So I plant those feet under my hips. I keep my knees soft. I hinge forward so I have a flat back. I extend my arms. I row with my elbows high. I extend and I squeeze and stand. Over, row, extend, deadlift up. Over, row, extend, deadlift up. We're not throwing the shoulders back. Controlled squeeze, stand tall, core tight. Good. Keep the knees soft. Over, flat back, row, extend, and up. Oh, how I wish I could see you. Good. Over, row. Making sure when we squeeze on the way up, we don't start locking the knees. Because when we bend over, we really want them soft. Micro bend. Over. So we're working legs when we squeeze. We're definitely working arms when we do our row. We're working core when we're bent over. And as we stand and bend. Good. One more time. Last one here. Yep. Excellent. The next move is part 2, and then we combine. So let's just start doing some squats. Sit back, press those hips back. Watch the knees, don't go over your toes. How do you know? At your lowest point, just look down. Can you always see your toes? Right here. Lowest point, can I see my toes? If not, just check and adjust. Are you pushing those knees forward? Keep your chest up. Now you can keep your hands here, but if you'd like to do some more, we're going into an overhead press. So it's shoulders, press over, shoulders, down by your hips. Shoulders, press up, shoulders, down by your hips. What are we doing with the legs? We're super squeezing those muscles. The buns, the glutes, the inner thighs. Good. When we press up, hands are always slightly forward. We don't want to go back behind our ears. 2 more. Press. One more time. Up. Good. Walk it out just for a second. Now we're going to combine part 1 and part 2 of the move. So it's the over row and then we go right into our squat push. So here we go. Over, row, extend, deadlift up, squat push, squat stand, over row, extend, deadlift up, squat push, squat stand, over row, extend, deadlift up, squat push, squat stand, over row, tummy tight, extend with a deadlift up, squat push, squat stand. Good. I'm going to go lighter in my weights. And if you haven't done this one before, you might want to try it with no weights or very light. So tapping side to side, right and left. I'm going to bring my right arm up, bend the elbow, try to keep the elbow at shoulder height the whole time. We're going to press out in front of us. So those of you that have been with me for a while, you know I'm cueing a bit more, which doesn't hurt any of us because it's really great to go back to first principles, making sure we're keying in on all those things that maybe become familiar to us. So as we pull back, the elbow stays at the shoulder height level. And if you find you're saying, I'm getting tired, and you're down here, do the move with no weight so that you can keep form. That's what we're focused on. Now, as we reach out, pretend there's a shelf just beyond your reach, and you have to extend a bit more. And that makes you move through more of a core contraction. Good. Now, as that elbow comes back, we're going to pivot and open up to the back. So open to the back. Reach forward, open to the back. Your pivot point is your elbow. Reach, pivot. Turn your nose to follow your hand. Turn your toes to follow your nose. There you go. 2 more. And 1. Bring it down. Feeling a lot of work. Upper arm, shoulder, upper back. There we go. We're going to tap this time left and right, left and right. Bring up the left arm, shoulder and elbow, same height. Start to reach out. Start to reach out. Good. Try and reach a little bit more. Extend. Engage the core. Good. Feeling maybe more on the side. The left side is opening more than the right. So feeling those muscles get the stretch. And then they're pulling you back. And making sure you don't go too far, they pull you back. Ready to start, opening to the back. So press to the front, open through the elbow to the back. Check the height of your arm. Is that elbow staying up shoulder height? If not, move to a lighter weight or none at all. 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. We're going to take our legs in a wide squat and come down, squeeze up, down, squeeze up. Initially, it's all leg work. Shoulders are stacked over your hips, so what we're not doing is leaning forward, nice and tall, straight back. Squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze your buns/glutes as we come up, and we start to alternate an arm in front, one side then the other. Up and down, up and down. You can do both arms together, no swaying through the back, making sure it's the legs and arms that do the work, and not using the back or swaying through the spine. 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to turn to the left. So left foot planted, left knee bent, up on the right foot, on the ball of the foot, And I'm going to go down with my right hand, pull back up, down, pull up, down, pull up. We're pretty strong in this muscle group. So if I want more work, I double up my weights. Let's make sure I can safely hang on to them. And I'm going to go into that knee dip again. Just because I want the legs to do a little bit more. Maybe you don't. Another option is to do a roll. Ball of the foot, press back. Just to keep the leg moving. 4, 3, letting that knee stay behind your toe. Last one. Come back to center. Squats. We were here before. I've passed that weight back to my free hand. Here we go. Single lifts or together. Your choice. Squeeze those legs a bit more. Squeeze more, squeeze more. Inner thighs, glutes. You got it. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Turning to the second side. So again, you plant your front foot. Your back foot, you go onto the ball of your foot. And we start to lean over. Reach down. Pull back. So it's a 1-arm row. If you find you need a bit more work, double up the weight. If you want to move the leg, go into a knee dip, down, row back, down. What we're trying not to do though is to open the body. So try to keep shoulders square with the floor. Good. And 3, 2, 1. Perfect. So, we're going to stand feet under our hips. So we never go right beside each other together, glued, soles and arches together. We just want a bit of wider base. Lean forward, knees slightly bent, open chest. And now we bring the elbows up high behind us and press back. Bring it in. Press back. Bring it in. So like we'd want to lock those elbows high and just move the arms from the elbow to the hands. Good. Can we pin those shoulders onto our body, not onto our ears? Can we pin the elbows up to the ceiling? And as I said that, maybe just try a little bit. Can you go higher? 2 and 1. So, got some snow outside. We're going to practice our cross-country skiing. Into a squat with the chest up, sitting those hips back. We dig in our pulls, we pull up. Pretend you're digging in and pulling your entire body weight forward on skis. Dig in, pull forward. Now squeeze those legs as you do it. The glutes and inner thighs. Dig in, pull up. 4, pull. Look at those elbows, they come high to the back. 2, last 1. Great. I'm going to go a little lighter, but I'm going to get ready to go back up if I find this is too light. So top side to side again. 1 arm only. Pressing up above, but on the same side, so I'm not crossing over the body. As I press up, my right side is doing the pressing. My right side opens and gets a great stretch. Good. I'm going to press up and curl down. Press up, curl down. So this is all on my right side. My left foot starts to come in, just touches in and back out again. In and back out. Good. Now, as it comes in, I want to squat a bit more. Slow down if you need more time to go through all the moves. Keep the chest up. A little bit more if you want. As I stand up, I bring out the right leg. Working for the outer thigh. Lots of squeezing in the inner thigh during this class. Here's a chance for the outer thigh. 2 more, up. 1 more, up. Good. Hopefully you're feeling all that. Okay, ready? What we do on one side, we do on the other. Keep it fair. So my left side pressing up. Up and extend. Feel the left side open. Good. Now start to bring the right foot in. Step in, back out. In, back out. It's just a touch. Touch, back out. Now, when you come into touch, I squat down a bit. And now, I add a curl. I did this in the opposite sequence the last time. I did the arm change first. So this is classes according to Laurel. Sometimes they just go how they go. I'll keep them safe, but I might not do exactly the same sequence side to side. Squat, squat. Good. Lift out if you want. So those of you that do know these moves, you're going to go into your level of intensity, whether it's with weights or the motions, whenever you want. Don't wait for me. 2 more. Last one. Good. Okay. So that's a lot when we're doing more choreographed moves. We're going to do some continued muscle strengthening, core work, standing up. So this is instead of going down on the floor and doing abs. So find a nice steady spot on the floor. With or without weights. Stand on one leg. And just start to lift the knee and back down. And if you find that's a challenge with balance, come up onto your toe, press down with your heel. Toe and heel. And gradually you'll get to a point where you lift off the toe. If you're okay with balance, you're going to lift up. Pretending you've got that string between your knee and your abs. Your abs pull. They pull on the string pulls on your knee. Good, so the abs tighten first. Your standing leg has a soft knee, and it's actually doing most of the work. It's going to get tired. You cannot touch down. You can touch down. Your choice. 1 more. Good. Why do we have the weights in our hands? Well, I do some other work with them, but I decided not to add it in this time. So if you want, you can get rid of them. And if you know what to do with the weights. If they're in your hands, you can you can do curls if you want. I'm not going to do rotation this time, just the straight up and down. So again, if you want to touch down after each one, or if you're not lifting and you just want to roll onto the top of your foot and then press the heel, your choice. Stand tall, core tight, pull the string, pull the knee. 4, standing leg, soft knee. 3, good. 2, last one. Walk it out. Turning sideways so that you can see the hamstring curl. So I'm going to be standing on the front leg, which is my left. I've moved my right leg back, and I start to lift up and touch down. I lead with the heel, not with the toe, so the heel is pulling up. I'm trying to go towards my glutes, no need to touch. Keep your standing knee soft, and now if it's in your level of intensity, maybe you're not touching down. And here's where we use our imagination because we don't have leg weights, we don't have a machine. We're going to squeeze more as though we're adding weight to our foot and our ankle. We squeeze more as though it's gotten really hard, really heavy. And 1 more. Hold it up. If you're not comfortable, keep your toe on the ground. We're just going to go back and forth. So here is our first level of just touching the foot back if you've got your foot raised, then you can press the heel and you can actually lean as well. So more through the core. 4. Slower is better. 2 more. You work more. 1 more. Good. Shake it out. And ready for the second side. So ground that standing leg. Make sure you switch sides. Start your curl. You're either touching down or you're doing a curl without touching. You're squeezing up. It's going to be our last move. Then we have to do some stretching. I'm going to go over a little bit. That's not new for many of you. Ready? We're going to hold it up. And we're going to start to either balance as we extend the leg, press the hands, maybe lean. Or if you don't want to go into quite that much balance yet, you can just touch the foot back and forth. Good. So anyone who has got questions about my class, anyone else's class, reach out to the instructors or Lindsay. You know, I don't know what she meant. I don't know how she did it. Can somebody help me? Please reach out. Okay. Inhale. Don't leave yet. We got to stretch. Exhale. And up. I always like to keep my legs moving, so they're just doing a little shake here. Good. Our hands are clasped up above our head. Intertwine your fingers. Bring those hands down in front of you. You're looking at your palms, your thumbs are pointing up. You're pulling out from your body. And I feel the stretch through the neck, the shoulders. Good. Bring it down. Inhale. Grab on again up top. Intertwine those fingers. This time, flip your palms so they're pointing up to the ceiling. And as you slowly lower those hands, they're away from you. You're looking at the back of your hands. Your thumbs are down. Now press with the heel of each palm. And now you'll feel the stretch more down the back of your arms. Changes what areas that we're focusing on. So really important to hit all areas when we're stretching. Bring one arm so that the elbow is by your ear. Free hand is just going to help you supporting. As much as you can, try to have the elbow pointing up. And we're stretching through the tricep, back of the upper arm. Other side. So those are our arm stretches. And now, last one is a grab on behind as we open, stretch through the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Take a nice long runner's stride. So 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. We want the toes on both feet to point straight ahead. Lean with the bent knee slightly into that front thigh. I need to go a little further back with my back leg, so I'm into more of a lunge. I keep the knee slightly bent on the back leg, and I really press the heel of the back foot into the ground, feeling the stretch in the calf of the back leg. So my right leg is my back leg, my right calf is getting a stretch. Slowly bring your shoulders up, roll onto the ball of your back foot. Press forward with your hips and just a slow dip into that back knee, or none at all, your choice. You can bring the arm across your body as long as your hand lands between your wrist and your elbow, or between your elbow and your shoulder. Shoulder relaxes down. Come back up onto your toe, release the hand. Step in halfway, so we've got just a little mini stance. Feet are apart here. And we sit down using that same form we do with squats. We're poking out the buns. Our front knee is bent, and we've got a pivot onto the heel of that front foot. So the leg's extended. I'm just going to move my back leg so you can see this. The leg is extended but not straight, so there's a micro bend in that knee. And I feel the stretch in the glutes, the buns, the hamstring, the back of the thigh, and the calf. Roll down. Same thing on the other side. So let's do that long stance again. Toes pointing straight ahead, particularly the back foot. Just check on the direction of the foot. Now, keep the knee bent, back leg, and press that heel down. Stretch through the calf. Slowly bring the shoulders back up under the ball of your foot. Press forward, sink down. You can just stretch that arm on the other side or do nothing. Come on, back up. Back foot comes in a little bit more. So then we dig in that front heel, we lift the toes, but we keep the front knee soft. Feel the stretch, glute, hamstring, calf. Core stays tight because we're bent over. Toe down. Last stretch for the quads, I promise. So working on balance or leaning against something, lift up. You're going to grab onto a pant leg, shoelaces, heel of your shoe, or you can try to leave that foot freely hanging, but I don't recommend that because you're not really getting the stretch through the front of the leg. So you can, if you've got something close behind you, you can even put your foot on a cushion. What we're trying to do is press forward through the hip flexor and stretch down the front of that thigh. So again, use a chair, either for your balance or to put your foot onto. Second side. So again, we bring the foot up. If you're balancing, your standing leg is a soft knee. Press forward with your hips. Good. All right, I think I went about 5 minutes over. I will improve. Inhale. Great job. Nice to see everybody. Check out the fantastic schedule with lots of variety. And I'll see you on Thursday if you're going to join me for yoga. Take care.